Hi you guys, it's Jizzy aka JB the Super Cool, and I'm back with an official car tour slash video about my process and car buying process and everything. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for all the views you have given me, for like, comment, and subscribing. You know the saying over here, always blessed and never stressed. So let's get right into it. So as you guys know from the title of this video, I did purchase a 2022 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport. Oh, it's a lot to say. On April 1st of 2022. So I've had this car for 6 or 7 months. Not quite a year, but you know, probably 7 months. But anyways, you know, before I had this car, I had a 2011 Dodge Avenger black. That car name was Midnight. You know, I love to name my car. So, you know, of course, my hatchback, her name is Spacey because she has a lot of space. You know, and she just looks, she gives space vibes. So I thought that would be perfect for her. So we're not going to keep saying 2011 Dodge Avenger. I'm just going to say Midnight. That was his name. You know, that was for my baby. Just a little backstory on why I decided to go with a new car purchase. So I've never actually owned a car that I purchased. Well, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I'm gonna retract that. When I was 18, graduating high school, my parents bought me a 1998 Cutlass. It was blue, but I never actually got a chance to drive it maybe once. It was smoking hot, you know, the motor was blown, and then they passed down to me their Ford Expedition, a green truck. I drove that for a little while, and then that broke, and I actually purchased a 2002 Honda Civic Silver, little car. You know, that was my first purchase on my own. I paid $2,000 for it, and then about 5 months later, my dad was wanting to get a new truck. He was looking into the Silverado trucks. So, and at the time, Midnight was actually his car. So he decided that he wanted to get the truck, and instead of trading the car and trading Midnight in, he asked me was I willing to take Midnight. And of course, you know, I wanted something a little more current, and this is 2016, January 2016. So at the time, I'm like, 2011, yeah, I have a 2002, you know. So I took over that car, lease and finance. I paid it off in 2018. This November of 2018, I paid it off. I wound up selling. All of this happened in January. I'm sorry. In January, I got Midnight. I wound up selling my 2002 Honda Civic Silver to my sister for $500, and my dad got his truck. So I had Midnight all the way up to March 31st of 2022, all the way from January 2016 to 2022 of March. I love Midnight. Midnight was my baby. We traveled lives together. But a few things started to break on Midnight. I had to replace the actuator. I had to replace thermostat. You know, a couple of wear tears with flat tires. There were flat tires there. My bumper fell off. My trunk didn't work. Midnight was putting me through it, like the last few months, just putting money into her. You guys, Midnight started to give me some problems. I started putting more money, a lot more money into the car than I actually wanted to. You know, I know it was an old car, but when you start spending $600 here, $400 here, $500 here to fix things on a car, it's like I kind of could have saved that money and put that down on a brand new car or whatever. And I understand, you know, I did pay it off, and I was car note free, but you know, I was just like contemplating in my mind about it, because I'm like, I've never had a brand new car. Sorry, I never had a brand new car, and I never actually got a chance to get the new car smell or anything like that. So I was like, okay, around November of 2021, I actually was very like interested in getting a new car. So I was like, you know what, let's let's just go start the process. So a couple of times I went to Honda. That's why I went to Honda, Premier Honda. I went to their lot. Didn't see anything. I'm like, okay, I'm looking online at reviews and things like that. At first, you guys, I did want a Honda Accord. I was dead set on that. That's what I wanted and everything like that. The color I wanted was silver, so I was dead set. I was set on, I want a brand new car, I wanted to be a Honda Accord, and I also wanted to be silver. So that was like my 3 things that I wanted. I didn't care how much it cost or whatever. So November goes around, December goes around, January, February, I kind of stopped worrying about the car. I'm like, all right, we gonna figure it out, whatever like that. So March comes around, and I'm like, you know what, I think this is perfect for me to get a new car. I got a bonus from my job. I was kind of really settled with everything that was going on in my job, making decent money. You know, like I said, I'm a leader in my current role, so I was making pretty decent money at the time. Definitely enough to afford a car note and car insurance and everything else and the rest of my bills. So that part of it was not at all like a issue for me. The issue for me is that I'm very picky. So it's like, I want what I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I want what I want, it's nothing, nobody opinion or whatever nobody says to me is going to change my mind. That's what I want. I'm the one got to pay for it. I'm the one that's got to drive it. So I won't be happy with whatever I have. So in I think March 8th or 9th, I went to the car dealership. Same thing, I mean, went to the lot, car dealership, whatever. Same thing, didn't see anything on the lot as far as brand new cars. Everything there was pretty much used. So I leave, go back the next day, March 10th. I want to shout out the #1 car plug in New Orleans. Her name is Ashton at Premier Honda. Thank you, my girl, for helping me get my car. So when I went, you know, I spoke to her and everything, and, you know, basically telling her what I wanted, what I was inquiring about, and what I was into. And she was, you know, basically explaining to me that the reason why they didn't have any new cars on the lot was because they were selling cars off paper. So basically, they had a paper with all the cars that were coming in, all the new cars that were coming in, and you had to either put down your deposit or whatever like that, so in order for you to get the car. It wasn't, you know, no waiting on the car to come, because most of the people were just buying the cars off paper. The car came to the dealership, you picked it up, and you went about your way. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm okay with that. Like, it's early in March. I was also kind of like, not kind of, but I also was driving my insurance on my Dodge Avenger midnight. So I was like, okay, that'll work perfect, because her estimated time for me to get my car was March 25th through the 29th, and you guys all know that insurance is paid on the 1st of the month. So I was like, perfect, that's perfect for me. So go sit down. Things I bring was my driver's license. I was at the time 26, now I'm 27, so I am considered a good driver with insurance and everything. I never had an accident, you know, knock on wood right now. Never had an accident, probably had 1 speeding ticket, paid that off. So I didn't have anything on my record. My credit score was a 610, you guys. And let's just get this understood. Just because your credit score may be low, because 610 is pretty low to get a car, it also is about your age of credit. So someone like myself, I have established credit for maybe 10 years. So, and with Capital One. So that's why I was granted an auto loan from Capital One. So, you know, if you guys are looking to get a car, definitely try to establish credit before you go down that road again, the car, because you can have great credit. You can have an 800 credit score, you can have a 750 credit score, and you can also have a 16 credit score and walk off the lot with a brand new car. So they ran my credit. I did have a balance open of $2,000 with Home Depot, and that was because I did buy a washer and dryer with the credit card. So cool, wasn't really worrying about that. I also bought my last pay stub. I was watching some YouTube videos. They was like, oh, they asked for the 3. My salesperson only asked for 1, and that one was a pretty good check stub, you know. So yeah, so it goes by your income, it goes by your credit, it goes by your age of credit, and it goes about, you know, how much you want to put down. They gave me $1,000 for my car. You know, some of you guys are kind of be like, damn, $1,000, that's it. But yeah, like, it's okay, because I probably would have tried to sell Midnight for $3,000. But when you think about the trunk not working, a bumper coming off, things kind of not going right with the car, I didn't want to give that hassle to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that all these things were happening with this car. Like, most people try to sell people cars that are lemons and broke down and busted up. But that was something that I was not willing to do. Like, you don't stay blessed like that. So whatever the car dealership was willing to give me, and I know they lowball people, but it's okay, because when I give them the car, that's on them to pay and fix everything that's wrong with it, then resell it. Not on me, or not for me to be bargaining with a person that's trying to buy Midnight. So I didn't want to go through that. So I was perfectly fine with that. Gave all my information. She, you know, brought all my information to the finance manager. At the time, I forgot his name, but I don't even think he works there anymore, so that's not important. They kind of was going back and forth. She was going to the office, coming back out, going to the office, coming back out. And then she was like, you know, she came out, and the first thing she asked me was, did I have a co-signer? And I didn't put any money down either. My car was my down payment. So $1,000 is what I put down, which equals to Midnight. I didn't have a co-signer. I didn't want a co-signer. I wasn't willing to ask nobody. I wanted to be nobody name on my car but mine. And I understand some people have to get co-signers, and you know, some people don't understand what a co-signer does. They help you in the process of getting a car. You have a better chance of getting the car you want if that person has great credit and things like that. But also, you could actually kind of mess over a person if you're not the type of person that's responsible, and you get a co-signer, and then next thing you know, you probably fall down financially and you're not able to pay on your car payments. That actually affects your co-signer credit. So I don't think that was something that was going to happen to me, but I just didn't want to do that. Can fall on your co-signer, so just be mindful of that. And co-signers out there, y'all be mindful of who y'all put your name down for in these papers, because you just never really know. So going back and forth with the finance person, she asked me, did I want to co-sign? Did I have a co-signer? I say no, it's only me. So in my mind, at that point, I'm like, oh my God, I'm probably gonna be able to get the car I want. So she was like, well, you know, let's just see what you get approved for, or how much the loan is. So I got a loan, auto loan from Capital One. I believe they gave me $60,000. I believe I was approved to up to $60,000. And so we're going down the list of, like, and I'm telling her, I want a Honda Accord. It has to be silver, brand new, yada yada yada. And then she going down the paper, and she like, well, you know, they don't have that in stock at the moment. It's probably gonna be about a 2 to 3 month wait. I'm like, okay. Then she start kind of pitching to me about the Civics, and I'm like, I don't like the Civics. I want something big and whatever and whatever and whatever. And I'm like, well, you know, in my mind, I'm like, all right, girl, we got to be kind of smart about this. I'm in a cringe because I'm already dropping my insurance at the end of March. So it's like, you know, I'm already don't want to, I got the strong feeling that the next thing that break on Midnight is going to put me so far in a hole financially to where I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be something that's, I have to pay like $2,000 to get fixed. Might be the freaking motor that goes out. So in my head, I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm like, all right, what you got? That's a Civic. So she started pulling up the cars that are Civics and start showing me the Civics. And I'm like, the Civic sedans, you guys. I'm like, oh, you know, okay, I can work with that. That's something that, you know, I'm looking, I'm like, all right, I like it. We go on the car lot, she's showing me like the used models of the Civics, the old, you know, not in 2022 obviously, but different years. And I'm like, okay, I know it's a little smaller than the Accord, it's more compact, things like that. So I'm like, all right, what colors do you have? Do you have the silver? You know, dead set on silver, no silver. So I'm like, oh. So she's like, well, we have this new color, it's the Sonic Red Pearl, yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, let me see. She pull it up. I'm like, okay, I like that, it's different, you know. Okay, let's roll with that. So pick out the car. She tells me how much it is. The car wound up being $25,000, something like that. $25,000. I was getting a sports sedan, Honda Civic sports sedan, Sonic Ray Pearl. That's what I was getting. Signed everything. She we picked out the car and everything. She, you know, basically wrote everything up that she needed to write up, gave it to the finance manager. He called me in the office, and I signed a few papers, whatever like that. Basically, you know, I already got approved with Capital One, and so he gave me the papers to sign. And I'm the type of person, I just want to like know, I just want to just kind of have like an idea. So I asked them. They really don't give you all like the information on how much everything gonna be until you actually like get the car and you sign the final documents. The documents that I was signing is basically signing my car over to them. And so he the finance manager, I'm pretty sure he already know how much it's gonna cost with interest and everything like that for the car, for my car note. So I'm like, you know, just out of curiosity, how much do you think my car note would be every month? And he's like doing his little calculations, and he was like, he told me $787, you guys. Say what? When I tell you my face dropped from here to here, I'm like, huh? 700 and what? That's $800. And I'm like, okay, we're not even counting insurance. I'm like, that was definitely way more than what I was expecting. So he tells me it's $787 over 900, almost 800 bucks. I'm like, okay. You know, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, we here now. I can afford it, you know. I might have to give up some of these dinners and these extracurricular activities, a few extracurricular activities, but I could afford to pay it with my other bills. I could afford to pay it. I already priced insurance. My insurance was $219 a month. It still is for full coverage. Don't ask me how, because I'm not telling you guys, but yeah. So I was like, okay, $1,000, cool. I can work with that. I have rent. I have lights. I have a cable bill, not cable, but I have Wi-Fi bill, I have my phone bill, I gotta put gas in my car, I gotta get my hair done, my nails done, blah 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 blah. Go out to eat, buy clothes, shopping, whatever. I'm like, oh girl, you got it, whatever, it's cool. You getting a new car, so it don't matter. I give them my license plate, and they give me a temporary 5-day tag, and I was able to actually keep midnight until I was actually able to keep midnight until my car came in. So I went back out to the #1 car plug, Ashton, and you know, she gave me my 5-day plate, told me to come back in 5 days. And yeah, you know, so at this point I have the car, I put down a deposit, things like that. So you guys, the very next day, and mind you, I signed up for a 2022 Honda Civic sedan, Sonic Ray Pearl. And guys, the color, I paid extra $3.95 for the color. So worth it. But just to put that out there, like, it's not a basic color, and it's, you know, basically a special color. So I paid extra $400 for the color, whatever. So the next day I'm in Walmart and I'm grocery shopping, whatever, and she actually texts me, and when she texts me, I'm like, did my car come so fast? Like, I was just like, what the hell? She was like, you know, she was like, I'm sorry, you know, but they actually don't have the sedan. Like, the sedan that I picked out is not what she thought it was. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, it actually is a hatchback. And when she said, when I see the word hatchback on my phone, I'm just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. There's no way I'm getting a hatchback. I was like, no, we not doing that. Don't want that. You know what? I'm gonna come because, you know, in my mind, I'm just like, ain't no way I'm getting no hatchback. I don't want a car that looks like a freaking minivan. That look like a car in the front and a minivan in the back. We not doing that. I don't want that. That's not a good look. That ain't cute. I'm too bougie for that. No, ma'am. So, you know, but she was a great communicator. She sent me a bunch of YouTube videos on, like, how the hatchback look. She sent me like this 45-minute long video of the guy, you know, like from the front of the car to the back of the car, from the inside out. He gave a pretty good review. And then when I actually looked at it, I'm like, it don't look like a hatchback. It looks like a regular car, you know. So I'm like, how was it a hatchback? So, you know, I noticed that the trunk went up, and I'm like looking, I'm watching the review, all the trunk space I get from the car, and I'm like, I was pretty much sold on that. Everything else was the same. It's like you're gonna see in the video, bigger space in the back. For like, if you're really tall, you will be so comfortable in it. And the trunk goes up, and there's so much trunk space. And coming from Midnight, I didn't have no trunk, basically. You know, my trunk didn't open, it didn't work. So I had to put everything in the back seat. So that was like a big thing that I was like, heck yeah, I'm getting this car. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm cool with that, you know. So that was March 11th. That March 11th, I think it's the day I actually, you know, finally signed all the paperwork, whatever. And then that was March 12th when she actually told me it was actually gonna be a hatchback. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with that, you know. And mind you, the 2021s and 2020 hatchbacks that are in the Honda Civic do not look like the ones in 2022. They definitely did their thing with making it look more like a sedan than anything, and not like a freaking minivan car. So kudos and kudos to Honda for that. So you guys, I'm going back to the dealership. Going to get my 5-day tags. You know, it comes March 25th. Mind you, my car is supposed to come between March 25th and March 29th. So I'm like, okay, then come March 25th. Okay, cool. March 26th roll around. You know, I'm like so excited. But didn't come. March 27th, it didn't come. March 28th, it didn't come. March 29th. I'm like, what's going on? Because where's the car? Where is my new car? Like, I need my new car. Like, what is going on? So I'm like, man, like, I'm the type of person, I feel like I have the most patience in the world. I am a very patient person, but when I'm like really into something, I'm determined, I want it and I need it now, like, my patience runs very thin. So I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't want to sound like a, you know what I'm saying, or sound like a person that's unhappy customer. I don't want to do that at all, but I'm like, I need my freaking car. So, you know, I didn't get it. Went in there, talked to, you know, the people, whatever. Oh, it's gonna come, it's supposed to come, they left already, it's en route. Okay, the next day, March 30th, didn't get it. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So I go in there, you know, again, because I'm like, you know, this is my situation. I already dropped my insurance on midnight. So at this point, I need a rental car because I don't have any insurance on midnight. You know, like the 5-day tags rolled around, I had insurance, but my insurance ended on March 31st. So I'm like, I don't have no insurance. So on March 30th, I don't know if it has 30 days, 31 days, whatever, which one it has, my insurance ended, and I was basically riding with no insurance on that day. And I was like so scared because I don't want to get pulled over, because I have a 5-day tag on my car, no license, no real license plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was just very scary for me. So I'm like, I kind of going down, I'm like, you know, can you guys give me a rental car or something until my car comes in, because it's already 5 days delayed. And at this point, like, I'm waiting and I'm waiting, but I haven't received anything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, then they tell me, oh, they left, because it was coming from Houston, Texas. They left, they're on their way. Okay, if it don't come out tomorrow, we're gonna, if it don't come out tomorrow, we're gonna see what we're gonna do for you, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I'm okay with that. So I was really like stressed out, and I wound up just calling in to work or something. I was like, you know what, I can't even be at work because I'm like so agitated. I'm like, personally, I'm so agitated, and like, I'm just like, I just need not to be around people. I just need to be at home, not even trying to take a chance on driving in nowhere, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to go get some food, and on my way home from food, Ashton texted me and she sent me a picture of like 4 attachments, and she's like, your car is here. And I'm like, and you guys, I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So she was like, you know, come pick it up in the morning. They have to program it, they have to wash it, we have to gas it up, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, cool. So fast forward the next day, you guys, this is like the best part. I'm so happy. I had my outfit. And when you get a new car from Honda, you able to ring a bell, they put a bow on that. It's just like experience like no other. So I sit down, I'm waiting on them to finish programming, I'm waiting on them to wash it, gas it up, yada yada yada. Cool. So I'm waiting, and then she finally calls me home. She's like, you know, you have to go sit down with the finance guy again just to sign all of, you know, the additional paperwork and things like that. So I go in, like I said, I don't remember his name, but I won't shout him out because you know, I'm talking to him like, you know, it was a real like crisis delay for me, you know, and stuff like that. And what he actually did for me, you guys, and I'm so thankful for him, my car note actually went down from $787 to $655. I don't know how he worked this magic. I don't know how he changed the price, but yeah, he got it down to $655, and so that's how much I paid. So instead of me paying $800 for the car, I paid $800 for the car and for insurance. So I'm cool with that. You know, I pay a little over $800, but you know, it's just not one bill. That's two bills combined, and I am perfectly fine with that. And also, I want to just mention to you guys, read your paperwork. Do not just sign everything and be like, oh, is everything all fine then? Read your paperwork, because there's some things on there that I definitely declined. You look at your interest rate. Look at how much interest you're paying. You know, make sure that's the correct interest. Make sure that all your fees and stuff they add on there, you have a right to decline whatever you want to decline or whatever you feel like you do not need. So definitely research. Definitely I went by myself. I experienced this all by myself, you know. So but I did a bunch of research. I watched a million more YouTube videos on financing and everything like that. You know, what to deny, what not to deny, what you want to keep, what you shouldn't keep. And it's all about your personal preference. But you guys, I want to definitely tell you that that is very important to read your paperwork before you sign that last paper stating that's what you paying the money, yada yada yada. And when it comes down to refinancing, my credit score now, that is December, my credit score now is in the 7s. And also a good credit score to have when you're going to get a new car, you guys, if you don't have the age, try to have your credit score between 680 and 720. That should get you in a great spot with interest rate. I decided to decline refinancing my car because, as some people may not know, you actually kind of restart over. They give you a whole new plan of payment, and your payment plan for the month, and your payment plan for how many months you're gonna be paying. So the money that you paid in a few months, you know, I'm not gonna say it goes to waste, but hey, you know, basically it's like you didn't pay anything on the car. So refinancing for me, that wasn't even an option. Even though my credit score is way better than what it was, I'm in the 700s, but I don't feel the need to refinance at all. I actually make a few more dollars more than what I made when I got my car. So shout out to my job for giving your girl the raises, you know. But you know, I was good already, but I'm even better. But this was my experience. I hope you guys learned a few things from me. If you have any questions, definitely leave comments. Definitely like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I could do another video on the process of what you probably would need to know or whatever. But like I said, if you have any questions, I will answer any questions you guys may have. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the love. Just remember to always stay blessed and never stress. And once again, this is Jizzy, aka JB Super Cool, and we signing out, baby. And shout out to the #1 car plug. Thank you so much for making my experience. And thank you so much for doing your best to help me with my car. And I am so appreciative. And honestly, you guys, I love my car. I am in love with her. She has done me no wrong so far. And I get so many compliments that my car is beautiful, that it's big, it's spacious. So I definitely want to shout out #1 car plug again, because you know, I was really not feeling that hatchback, my girl. Like, I wasn't feeling it. But thank you for sending me those videos and allow me, you know, an opportunity, not for me to try to research it myself, but you actually giving me the information, because that definitely helped me out tremendously. But thank you guys once again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, if you have any questions or anything, leave them down in the comment box and I will be glad to answer those for you guys. I'm signing out. Peace.